All right. I just want to discuss how to start shading your work. You'll notice I have my still life set up, I have my light pointing down at it, and I'm in a comfortable spot where I have flat space. I've started to go in and record some of the highlights on my piece. A few things I notice right away. There is a very strong highlight on this piece of paper. Obviously, it's coming out a bit more than everything else. It kind of follows the shape of that piece of paper. I'm also getting, and you might have a hard time seeing this, but there's quite a bit of light coming on the where the folds are happening here, and also on this piece of paper, we've got a very strong highlight here. So I first went in and kind of established where my brightest areas were. I then went in and started looking at where my midtones were. So for instance, down here, I can see that this is quite a bit darker. Well, this is more of a midtone. I felt that this was also a midtone. Again, from where you're looking, it looks brighter, but on my paper, from my angle, it was a bit darker. And so I've started to go in and try to establish some shadows and some midtones. Let's come over to this shape. According to what I see in front of me, I've got a very bright coming down, and as it recedes this way, it gets darker. Again, it gets a bit distorted probably from your angle. So I'm starting out just kind of creating a sharp line, and then as I move down the piece, I am softening my shading. I just sharpened my pencil so that I can really get this kind of crisp edge. Make sure that you are in the right spot too. I noticed that my angle's a little bit different than what it was before, so I may need to adjust for that. So I'm just going to adjust my board a little bit so that it's at the right angle. And then as I move down this piece, I'm going to soften my white. Another area I see a bright is in here. Again, you can't really see it, I think, with the camera, but it gets very bright down here. And then I'm also noticing some really brights down here too, where the light is hitting it. And I can also kind of mark out where that shadow is. So I might make it's a bit of a triangular shape. So I might come down and mark that out as well. Kind of outlining things a little bit and then pulling that outline into a blend. I'm keeping one smooth, even direction as I do this. If you don't have an accurate drawing, this will not look realistic though. So make sure that you've really gotten your drawing down before you jump into the shading aspect of this assignment. Where this hits the shadow, it doesn't simply turn black. If I look very closely, the shadow that is down here has a softness to it. So then if I wanted to do the shadow, I'm going to keep it very dark. And that means to make it dark, I'm going very soft with my pencil. And usually a shadow has a kind of a soft edge. It doesn't usually have a harsh edge, but it really depends on how close the light is. This particular shadow has a softer edge. So there's the start of my cut paper composition. Again, go piece by piece to determine where your darks and lights are. Try to keep consistent angles throughout when you are drawing.